let's chat about food, colors, chakras, flower essences, how there is a link between them all. So, I was introduced to chakras when I was learning yoga. I'm a yoga instructor. I'm a trained yoga instructor. Trained. I don't actively teach yoga anymore, but I started learning. Cat. I don't know what she's doing. Okay. Um, Probably almost 10 years ago now. More than 10 years ago. Probably 15. Um, I probably got certified as an instructor about 10 years ago. Was teaching here and there over the years. Started a yoga studio that with a partner. It didn't go well. Um, and then I started getting deeper into the nutritional and holistic world and herbalism and detox and all of that, which brings me today. So I look like kind of a mess. I was at the sauna this morning. I'm working on doing some juicing, and then I'm going to go on a hike here shortly. But I wanted to get this on because I think it's a really important link. So, one concept that has kind of been long-standing among healers and alchemists is with cell salts and how cell salts are kind of like the base foundation of the human body. And to have all 12 cell salts in a good balance is what is going to bring wellness to your body. And while I think there is a certain amount of truth to that, I don't think it's the whole story. Now, going with the idea of cell salts. Hi, Nella. Come up here. Um, she's loving the windows being open today. It's the first nice day in a while. Um, so there's a lot of connecting dots here that I've been doing as I've been exploring this herbal course that I'm in, and bringing it back to my knowledge of chakras, how the chakras connect to the colors, um, and how those also link with herbs and planets, flowers, and from a physical standpoint, the areas of your body, organs, organ systems, um, and emotions and spirituality. All of these link together. We are not looking at separate pieces of body and work, um, somatics, physical healing, nutrition. These are not all separate entities. They can look like it. They're concepts that help us bring it all together to be able to observe ourselves as an interconnected ecosystem, because that's essentially what we're dealing with. And in terms of healing, truly experiencing whole body alchemy, we must observe and treat the body as an interconnected system. Otherwise, you're only going to be treating symptomology and particular organs and symptoms, but you're not getting to how the body functions as a unit. Um, because it's very different if you're taking out one piece, if you're just taking a single organ and observing that organ by itself, you're not seeing it within the macro. So to take out the micro and only observe at the micro level and not seeing the macro vision, the whole unit at a more elevated perspective, looking at the entire unit, you're missing how it all works together. So that is how I feel about the body And now we can look at that also in terms of cell salts. You can connect them to your signs, the planets, and I want to talk mostly about the chakras and the colors and how that links to food and organs. So, at the root, we have the root chakra, which is the lower realm, kind of the pelvic, um, the sits bone, kind of the rectum, colon area, urethra, um, that lower pelvic bowl, hips. And it's associated to the color red. Now, with that, we can link it to foods of the color red that will help support when these parts of our body are weakened. Oh, another root, the foundational system. So the root is the foundation system of your body, right? I made a post about the root chakra the other day, and I forgot the most crucial piece, which is our foundation, which is our bones. The bone, um, the bone system, bones and teeth, is run by the root chakra. Hey, kitty, kitty, you're gonna drive me crazy. No, I'm gonna put this away so she doesn't play with the strings. Um, so the root chakra correlates to that foundational system. And what I have been doing recently, as I've been working with the cell salt concept, is linking a cell salt with a certain zodiac sign. In your birth chart, based on when you were born, you can find the three planets or signs and the correlating cell salt, which are essentially the 3 months that you were in the womb and or not in the womb. The three signs after you were born, essentially. Link them to the cell salt. Those are considered your weaknesses, um, kind of a birth based weakness. And bringing in these cell salts can maybe help in supporting this inherited weakness based on the planets and which planetary alignments you were not in the womb. So then you can link those to foods of a color of that particular chakra system or chakra center. So we got the root chakra. We can bring in beets, carrots, parsley. I think lettuce might be on there, spinach. And there's a variety of other fruits that correlate in that red region. I mean, grapes could be on there, raspberries, strawberries, anything in the beet or in the in the beet in the red coloration. And I'm sticking only to fresh foods. And then we can make juices to concentrate those minerals and nutrients and give you a really powerful boost for healing that particular region of your body, that chakra. And then we're looking at that particular chakra and what organ systems and parts of your body are correlated to that particular region of the body. So, like I said, bones, teeth, and I'm doing this for myself in terms of cleaning colon and intestine, which the beet juice has been amazing for intestinal clean out, um, and supporting bone and teeth and enamel, that foundational system. And I'm going to be doing this a little bit longer term and seeing where I go from there. And then we can connect herbs. So we got the parsley and cilantro, and you can add other ones into, and flower essences, because I'm working with flower essences as well very closely. So red clover is one in particular that I love. There's also California poppy. Um, and I also really like nettle and dandelion root. herbs, burdock root, are all great for these foundational systems as well. So think of the root chakra on a spiritual and emotional level is a grounding. It's about grounding and foundation and security and your right to be here is where the root chakra focuses. Um, so I've talked about it before in terms of the emotional and spiritual aspect. Now I'm kind of linking in the physical in terms of the healing. And then you can come up into the sacral. The sacral is related to orange. So then we get into orange flowers, orange foods. So a lot of citrus fruits would fall into this category. I think most citrus fruits I would kind of stick into this category. Obviously, oranges and grapefruits primarily. Um, Carrots you can bring in again, but that is more of a root based. It can correlate to root and sacral. So it's orange in color, but it is a root veggie, so it correlates well to the root and the root chakra as well. Carrots, I really enjoyed ginger, turmeric as far as herbs adding in. Trying to think of what else in orange. Tangerines. Yeah, citrus is a really powerful one in the sacral. Now that I'm thinking about it, apricots, and then flower essences and plants. Dandelion, calendula. I want to say, oh, what else? I just had one in my brain and now I can't think of it. Calendula, dandelion, well, no, sunflower, I think, is more in the solar plexus. What other ones? I have my little zinnias, maybe? No. Oh, goldenrod. No, that's going to be solar plexus too. Why can't I think of more orange? I have some over here. Anyways, you get the point. Oh, daisies. I think I would bring into the sacral area. So sacral also remember we're as far as organ systems, we're looking at the reproductive system primarily. Um, so the reproductive system for women. So we got the uterus and the womb space, and if there's a lot of womb healing involved for women in the sacral, and it has to do with pleasure, the right to feel being to experience pleasure, and that's not everyone connects it automatically to sexuality, but it is more a sense of sensuality. I really feel we've lost the true meaning of sacral because it's becoming over sexualized. So it's ironic that we have so many people speaking about how women are always over sexualized and we are an over sexualized culture, but yet they take the sacral and immediately make it a sexual organ or a sexual chakra. It's all about expressing your sexuality, and I see it all over social media of the sexual connotations to sacral and making it about sexual experiences of harnessing your sacral power. And I don't agree. I think it can eventually bring you into the sexual component when you find a divine partner. But before that, you're focused on the self, the pleasure and creativity of your own being. And yes, that means working with yourself in terms of pleasure, but not just sexual pleasure. It is creative pleasures. What brings you joy? This is where inner child healing takes place. It is what brings you joy in life. So thinking back as a child, what you did that made you happy. What like singing and dancing are two for me. Just being free, not worried about what people think of you, not worried about how good you're doing it, just because it's fun. A lot of times it's these inner child pleasures that become your passion and purpose as adults in terms of how you can be of service to the world, what you can bring, what is going to become not always business based. I don't like to always think of it in terms of business based, but yes, what can you do to bring in income that correlates to these childhood pleasures? And then we have the solar plexus, and oh, digestion is really close in the sacral as well, but it's also prominent in the solar plexus. So I would say so a lot of digestion happens in the intestinal tract. Solar plexus is more about the stomach, um, stomach, diaphragm. The kidneys also are connected in the sacral. We're kind of moving up the body. So it's very abdominal, diaphragmatic, stomach. Um, Adrenals, I think I would connect more to solar plexus as well. Kidneys more sacral, adrenals probably more solar plexus. And we're looking at yellow. So that is where we got goldenrod. That is where we got what other yellows? Sunflower. Think sun. That's probably daisy as well. Sunshine, light, that golden essence. I have see right here. I got goldenrod dried out on my wall. um, Foods. We're gonna look at mangoes, pineapple, um, peaches. What else? Trying to think of the yellows. My favorites are mango and pineapple, so I always automatically go to mango and pineapple. Oh, red root watermelon. Forgot about that one. That's a favorite fruit of mine too. And remember eating these fruits and foods, but also using them to make juice, because doing it in a juice form is going to really concentrate it. And adding these juices every day is going to give you a very concentrated version of those cell salts to give you a really powerful boost in healing. When we're on a healing and detox journey, bringing in that extra boost with juice is vital and really powerful, um, especially when we're dealing with issues of malabsorption, which is in solar plexus region. We're talking about malabsorption, your body not able to absorb nutrients properly. It has to do with weaknesses in your digestive system and the adrenals and your endocrine system and your digestive system. So in the earlier stages of detox, you want to do what you can to give yourself a powerful boost, and juices are a good way of doing that. And it helps in the eliminative process to get rid of the obstructions and the stagnation in order for the body to get functioning optimally and regenerate. So, trying to think of any others for yellow. I think that's all. And we'll get into heart, which is green. A lot of green juices are really helpful and supportive. Kiwi. Um, so this is very heart and lung are highly connected. We're looking at green, heart, lungs. Those are two that work together more than people realize. That breath is what anchors in our life force, and the heart emits out our energetic field, that toroidal field of energy. It amplifies the electricity throughout the body. The heart and lung work together in terms of a primary, I don't want to say pump because it's not just a pump. That's how science views them, but it's so much more. It's its own brain. The heart is its own brain, and flowing energy throughout the body really starts in that heart center. Um, so anything in the green realm, heart, lungs, breath, um, are really focused in the heart. That green foods, basically a lot of herbs, the green leaf herbs and plants, fall in the heart. And rose is actually rose is highly connected in the heart center. Um, as far as like flower essences, I have wild rose herb or wild mountain rose. Sorry, wild mountain rose. Um, mullein. Oh, that's another yellow, by the way. Mullein. But also, mullein is powerful in the heart center. Also, stinging nettle is powerful for heart. Always get a call when I'm doing a live. What else are we looking for? Green. I'm looking at pine needles right now. So it's just making me think of pine. I got some dried herbs over here in my corner. Sage is coming to me, but sage is also connected to crown. And there's a lot of multiple connections that link. So like heart and crown connect as well. Yeah, I mean, you get the picture. And I only speak about often the food links in the heart and lower chakras. Um, because when we get into the upper chakras, it is less physical. So the heart and down, it's very physical, grounding, it's body based chakras. When you get in throat and above, it is much more astral, spiritual, thought, emotion, sound, healing aspects. And that's going to be another video. So, focusing in the lower chakras first for healing is powerful because that is where we really ground in and notice the deep physical healing that takes place, which then opens your channel. It's going to open your channel. It cleans out your body. It's the true purification process to allow in a stronger light. We're removing the shadows, the stagnation in the body to allow in more light. It allows more capacity. And then awakening a deeper instinct and ability to sit in a more powerful spiritual journey, the consciousness aspect. You are literally evolving and growing in consciousness when you are doing the body based healing work. That's why I always talk about descending into the body before you ascend up in the chakras. Because if you go up first without doing the deep lower body work, you end up very much doing more escapism. You're very out of body. You're not grounded. You don't know how to ground properly. And you end up very much in the mind and head. And that's where a lot of addictions take place too. When you aren't grounded in your body, you're always trying to escape it. So you really want to do that deep body-based work first. So I'm going to leave it at that because that was really what I wanted to get into. And I'm going to go on a nice hike. So everyone enjoy the beautiful day.